Hi everyone. Today a cartoon artist will be joining us, and yeah, she's here.
Hi, hi
Hi,
Sandra.
Samriti.
How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all set. Shall we start?
Yes, also. Yeah.
Okay. So, hi everyone. I'm Samyati from Girls Buzz, and we are a community of women, and we engage with women, especially and who keep inspiring us and encourage us throughout. So today we have with us Sandra and an amazing person in herself, and her account is filled with cartoonized version of our day-to-day struggles. To be very honest, so she is here, and if you guys have any questions, any doubts related to illustration or anything about comics, so please feel free to ask us. You can put your questions in the comment box, or there is a question box. Hi Sandra, once again, welcome to Girls Buzz.
Hi,
Um,
Samriti.
yeah, if I have missed out anything about yourself, please tell us about yourself.
I think you have pretty much covered everything. So, my name is Sandra, and I am a comic artist and an illustrator. So, I basically draw, and that's what I love to do. And Cartoony Tales is something where I create illustrations or animations right now which make people laugh. And I think that is one of the wholesome feeling which you can give somebody, and you feel very good about making
Yeah.
somebody else laugh. So that's what I do through Cartoony Tales in my page. So yeah, that's about me.
Yeah. Sandra, please tell us, like, when did you discover that animation is the one you want to go for? Like, what was that
Let me
moment?
be Yeah, so very honestly, I never thought that I would be doing animation. All I wanted to do was
Okay.
illustration. So animation, because reels became the big thing and you were not getting reach through illustrations or static posts, I was forced to do animation, to be very honest. I didn't want to do animation, but once I started doing it, I think it's really very, very fun. Before I used to do comics where it was a 4 panel comic, I used to do those speech bubbles. And right now, so when you say something, it's not the exact, I don't know how people are perceiving it, right? Like I would say just stop. So it can be an angry tone or it can be like just stop, yeah, whatever. I mean, you don't know the tone when I'm putting it on a speech bubble, but when I'm giving voice to my characters, I think it is giving more life to what I want to communicate with my audience. So then now that's the reason why now I love doing animation, but it was not my plan to do animation, to be honest.
But you landed on a very nice platform. Like, we are very much pleased to go through your account. And I was like, wow, this is everything that we face and we do day to day in our day to day life. So, yeah, hats off to you. So Sandra,
Thank
if I'm not wrong, the main character of your comic is very much similar to you. That's very
you.
unique in itself. Is there any story behind all of your characters?
Yeah, it is basically the main two characters is me and my husband. So it is me and my husband. So most of the things are which happens day to day in our life or when we go to the market or whatever happens. So my first reel that went viral was about lemon. So when the lemon prices were very high, it was 10 rupees for one lemon. So I didn't really think that it will blow up like that. But yeah, so all the characters is something, it's me and my husband mostly. and then there is my brother, my mom. So it's basically whatever happens within my family. That's what is in cartoon details. And if I feel that people can relate to it, then I could turn that into animation.
Oh, that's really. Your illustrations are related to everyday life of a woman.
Yes.
Could you please tell us, where do you draw so much inspiration from?
Just like I told you previously in the previous question, it's all the inspirations are mostly when it's from my day-to-day life. I go to the market, or when I'm talking to somebody, it strikes me that this person said something, so I just keep it in mind. Yeah, this can be my next comic or my next animation. So I just keep a note of all those things. Most of the things I forget to keep. I just keep, if it's in my head, I tend to forget it within some time. So I make sure that if there is some idea coming up or if something happens, then I make it a point to write it down so that I can turn it into some sort of artwork.
That's very live examples of your life, and we totally relate to that.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, do you have a favorite cartoon character that you liked so much, and this is the thing that you wanted to do, like you gained inspiration from that character?
Cartoon, as in, so from, I mean, I am a cartoon lover. My main favorite cartoons are Tom and Jerry and Doraemon.
Okay.
Even now, I watch Doraemon sometimes when I have my dinner. So it's like my go-to cartoon. I still watch Doraemon, and Doraemon was my. Now I don't watch it because I'm married and what will others think if I'm watching cartoon. But until recently, when I got married, I used to every day watch Doraemon while I used to have my food. That was my having food cartoon.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's yeah. So Doraemon and Tom and Jerry were my favorites, and I think getting into cartoons was not before was not my idea. Again, was not my idea. I used to draw a lot from references and all, and I thought that I was a very good artist when I used to draw from references. I could copy anything very easily, but when it came to drawing from imagination and putting a story, making your own story, it was very difficult. So if you go back to my posts towards the end, if you see my drawings were horrible,
So
very
that's how you
horrible.
evolved. Like seeing yourself right
Yes, yes,
now, it's amazing.
yes. I'm very proud right now of myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So, till date, which one is your favorite illustration? Like, it is very much close to your heart.
I think it is very difficult to pick one. I think all the drawings are a bit part of me. There is a part of me in all my illustrations, so it is very difficult to pick just one particular artwork. So yeah, I pretty much like all my artworks. Yeah.
Sandra, it's like you post these lively stories in the form of cartoons and illustrations. So this is a very regular process in your schedule. So we would like to know that have you ever fallen short of ideas or stories, like a creative block you might have faced anytime?
Of
It
course,
takes
yes.
you
If you are
about
doing a creative
to
work, there is a creative block always sitting in the corner of your room. You don't know when it is going to strike, and it definitely strikes you.
yes,
So there is creative block is like it goes hand in hand with the creator. It's always there, and it's very difficult. So whenever there is a creative block, I don't try to push myself to do that work and complete it. So whenever there is deadlines, it is important that you get it done. But if you're doing your personal works, then I think getting yourself out from that zone and doing something else definitely helps you to come over those creative blocks. So
yeah,
basically, doing something else helps, but not to push yourself to do that same thing.
yeah. Your favorite software that you use for animations, and why is it your favorite one?
For animations, I currently use Procreate. It's just been like 3 months I've been using it. It's a very good app. So before that, I used to do my animations also in Photoshop itself. Photoshop. So my go-to apps are Photoshop. Procreate, and Flip a Clip. So these are the three apps which I use to do all my animations.
So people who are watching us, please note down, or else if you forget this, you can get back to our channel and you can see the live session. We will upload it right after the live session ends. So moving on to the next question, Sandra, like generally people believe that when somebody is into art, they don't last for long, as in a career sense. So what's your
Yes.
take on that?
I think depends how we are taking it, and I mean completely depends. Like if you give up in the beginning itself, if you're certain that it is not going to work, then it is definitely not going to work. But yeah, it's not like you leave everything and just sit and do art. That is definitely not going to work. If you're having another job, just taking, I think you should take it step by step. You should take it slowly. You should see how it's working,
Yeah,
and then bounce completely or get sunk completely into it. Not just do leaving everything and just starting art. I don't think it will work.
yeah, very true.
Yeah, so everything should go step by step.
Right. Does anyone who is interested into creating illustrations or a comic, they need to go through a specific course? Is there any specific course available for that?
See, I am a self-taught artist. I have not done any specific courses. So I completely rely on YouTube and other mediums to learn art. So I think if you want to do a course, it's well and good. You will have a structured way of learning to learn everything from scratch to the end. So that will be a very structured way of doing it. It's not that you also have to be a self-taught artist and you have to go to YouTube and learn everything. So that's not how everything works for everyone. So you can either, if you are, it's a hobby, you're starting it as a hobby and you don't want to do it as a full-fledged work, then you can definitely go to YouTube and you can learn, you can do your researches there, and there are like n number of there is nothing that you can't find on YouTube. You can learn anything on YouTube.
Yes.
So if you do your research as well, you can definitely learn things online. You don't really have to go to a course and spend all that money to learn anything, whatever
Yeah,
you want to.
totally. So Sandra, please share some tips on like how to start comic art. If there are any particular tips you know for the budding artists who are listening to us right now, how can they come up and overcome the challenges like that? If you want to share anything.
I think the main key is if you love doing art, you should start doing it. Starting is very important. And once you start, you might feel that you cannot draw. Like I told you, like if you go to my first post which I posted, it looks very bad, very bad. Even I sometimes feel, why did I post that? It looks very bad. So if I would have stopped there, like most of my artworks during 2019 was very bad. So if you would have stopped there, I would have not reached where I am right now. So the main key is if you want to do it, you have to start first, and once you start, you have to be consistent. Whether even if you are bad at doing it, practice is what makes you. It won't make you perfect. Definitely, it won't make you perfect. I cannot say that I have still learned doing everything. I am still learning. Each day I create a new post, I am learning by myself that how can things be better. So it's about starting and then being consistent and not giving up if that is your goal or your aim to work forward to. Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah.
Being consistent is everything.
What does your typical day look like? Like, are there any other things that you are engaged with?
Other things, I like to stitch. I like to do a lot of DIY works. I like to do a lot of home decors. I was learning guitar, so some days whenever I cut my nails, I again start learning guitar for a few weeks and then I stop when my nails grow again. So yeah, those things. Otherwise, most of the days I am pretty much drawing most of the days. So it's boring. If I say what I do throughout the day, I'm just sitting on my desk and drawing. So it's pretty boring to hear. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
it.
So Sandra, let me just scroll through our messages if there are any questions for us to answer. Okay, in the question box we have um, okay, somebody is asking, tell me the best cartoon making app. So is there any cartoon making app that you would recommend?
If you're going for a phone app, I used to draw on phone for almost a year, and IBIS Paint X was my go-to app. I still draw on it sometimes, so that is an app which I still use.
Somebody is asking, do you face a criticism for your work?
No, as of now, I have never faced any kind of criticism for my work.
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of love that comes. That's it.
Um, okay, someone is asking, which is your favorite comic book?
Comic book. No, I don't read. I don't read at all. Reading makes me sleepy. I don't read any comic books.
There are so many compliments. Thank you guys for showering so much love for Sandra.
Thank you, everyone.
So, Sandra, meanwhile, I'm just scrolling through. Would you like to suggest anything that you like to our audience who is watching us right now?
Suggest as in, no, yeah.
The
My
beginning
life is, apart from drawing, there is
of
nothing else there
your
which I can
situations,
suggest.
like
Sorry?
how to draw inspiration from your regular situation like you do, and as a beginner, how can they start off and like that?
Yeah, as a beginner, they can start doing like small lists. They can take references. Right away, start drawing or creating something from your imagination is definitely not possible.
Right.
It wasn't possible for me as well, even though I could draw very good.
So, Sandra, that was all the questions we had.
Okay.
Yeah. So, if you have any question, please reach out to us, or you can directly, reach out to Sandra. She's always there to help you. The sweetest person to share a lot of knowledge with us today. Thank you so much, Sandra, for joining us today. I had a great time with you.
Thank you. Likewise. Thank you so much for having me
Yeah.
and
Bye
yeah,
bye. Take
inviting me to your show. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
care. Yeah. Bye.